the multiplication done through FOIL. In order to factor a trinomial, you're going to essentially look for the factors of your C term that add up to be your B coefficient. All right, so we're looking for the factors of the last term that add up to be the middle term. Here's some helpful hints. When C is positive, its factors have the same sign. The sign of B tells you whether the factors are positive or negative. If B is positive, the factors are positive. If B is negative, the factors are negative. So remember, if C is positive, both of the signs have to be the same for your two factors. So for the first example, we've got x squared plus 6x plus 9. We're looking for the factors of 9 that add up to be 6. So if we didn't know how to start this, we could just start by listing out the factors or numbers that multiply together to give you 9. Since 6 is positive, both of our factors need to be positive. So we've got 1 and 9, or 3 and 3. The two factors that multiply together to give you 6, that add together to give you 6 are 3 and 3. So what happens now is these are our two factors, and so to create our two binomials, we take and we put an x in one parentheses and an x in the other, and then we're just going to input our two factors. We put plus 3 here and plus 3 here. So these two binomials, when FOILed, create this trinomial here. All right, so let's do the same thing in the next example. We're looking for the factors of 40 that add up to be negative 13. Because the 13 is negative, both of our factors need to be negative. So we're looking at negative 1 and 40, negative 2 and 20, let's say negative 10 and 4, negative 4, and let's say negative 8, negative 5. The factors here that add together to give you negative 13 would be negative 8 and negative 5. So we create our two binomials. We end up with x minus 8 and x minus 5. And so this is the binomials that create that trinomial. Example 3, same thing. We've got x squared plus 8x plus 12. We're looking for the factors of 12 that add up to be a positive 8. So you've got 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Of these that add up to be 8, we've got 2 and 6. So that means our factored form becomes x plus 2 and x plus 6. In the fourth example, same idea, factors of 24 add up to be negative 11. So they both have to be negative. So we've got negative 1, negative 24, negative 2, negative 12, negative 3, negative 8. Well, I think we've got a winner here. Negative 3 and negative 8 add up to be negative 11. So those are our two factors, and so our factored form becomes x minus 3 and x minus 8. All right, so when C is negative, its factors have opposite signs. All right, so if the sign, so in this case, the sign of B just tells you which of the factors is larger. All right, so if your B value, when your C value is negative, is positive, that means the positive factor is the larger number. If it's negative, that means the negative factor is the larger number. So here we've got x squared plus x minus 20. We're looking for the factors of negative 20 that add up to be positive 1. So remember, they have to be, one has to be positive, one has to be negative. 1 and negative 20 and 1 don't really work here. So let's start a little farther down. So let's say negative 2 and 10, negative 10 and 2, negative 4 and 5, and negative 5 and 4. Of these, we're looking for the ones that add up to be a positive 1. So that would be negative 4 and 5. And so we go ahead and factor this out. We've got x minus 4 and x plus 5. In the next example, same idea, x squared minus 3x minus 18. And we're looking for the factors that add up to be or multiply together to be negative 18, but add up to be negative 3. So let's say negative 18 and 1, negative 1 and 18, negative 6 and 3, negative 3 and 6. And I think we passed the one we wanted. Negative 6 and 3 add up to be negative 3. So these two will work. And so we factor it out. We've got x minus 6 and x plus 3. And so this is our factored form.